Tell me though, I mean, what exactly is like, I don't know if there's an end goal, if I know you're documenting the process of what you're doing. I have no idea what you're even doing. I saw it I think I watched one video where you said, oh, I missed some lead or you missed some opportunity. I don't know what it was, but you said you mastered Facebook and things like that. I don't even know what it is what you're trying to do or what you even do.
So basically what I'm doing is, so I have two different things. So I have like this little business I have right now, which is social media marketing, a very common thing that people do right now. And I also have this brand that I'm building. It's called Our Process. What I'm doing is, in Our Process, I'm documenting my process through life and to becoming like successful. And in that process, I'm documenting my journey with my little business as well. Like, does that kind of, so like, that's why you may see like cold calling videos where I'm like recording myself like doing cold calls, and then like maybe like a pre and like post meeting, like after I meet with like a business owner or something and talk with them, like that type of video. So it's not only like my life, but it's also documenting my life in Our Process, but also documenting like my journey to becoming like successful, maybe in this business or in another business. So that's kind of like where they go hand in hand.
Okay.
So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at right now with business and like branding and marketing and stuff like that.
How long have you been doing it for?
So I've been doing social media marketing, really like hustling towards it, like hustling, I guess, since like the beginning of summer, and like I really just been cold calling a bunch of times and just trying to get my first client basically. So I haven't gotten it, but I'm really, really dedicated to trying to get at least 3 or 4 by the end of summer.
Okay, so it's pretty much been what, a month or 2?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, exactly. Like it's laughable. I mean, exactly.
No, it's fine. I mean, it seems like you're off to a good start. Have you been just doing your Instagram for that amount of time, or have you been doing it for longer? Or?
Oh! My Instagram I've been doing since October, but I've been doing social media for like a couple of years now. I've just been experimenting with a bunch of different accounts and stuff. But Our Process.
Any success? Like, I know that no one's paying you to do it, but have you had any success otherwise?
Not like big where I'm like an actual influencer, but like a little bit here and there where I've learned a lot from different people who have, I've been in like group chats and stuff with people who have had like 500,000 follower accounts, 1 million follower accounts, where like I'm learning from them a little bit and stuff and how they're growing and stuff. But that's kind of like what I'm doing, and also, but yeah, I started so when I first began like this one Instagram account, this was in October, and it was called Infleater, and like, but really no one really knew what it meant, and there was really no like purpose for what I was doing and stuff, so I changed it to Our Process. That was also at the beginning of the summer, so like that's why I changed the name, kind of theme a little bit, where I'm like, it's like more about like my life and stuff and going through it and stuff. Like the reason why I want to do like the process of like becoming successful in the process through life is because like I just feel like a lot of social media right now is all about like the results and like the fast cars and the big mansions and like the hot bitches and like stuff like that. You know what I'm talking about? Like it's all about that, but no one actually sees the process that it takes to get there. And like that's what I'm kind of doing right now is like I'm just showing the process that it takes to get to success and the process that it takes to get those things. I mean, like in my mind, I don't really care about all those materialistic things. I just want to like make a difference and help people. That's basically my goal. But to show people like a way to get through that. So maybe like this is kind of like my goal is like to be able to like make these tons of videos and stuff like that, like of my life and stuff, and have people basically look at these videos like 20, 30, 40 years from now and be able to look back at them and say, okay, that's the process that it took. I'm going to go by that, and because I know that that's tried and true.
Yeah. But it's funny that you mentioned that. I have something that I'm starting where basically I'm documenting the process of how to take a business from nothing to wherever I can end up in a 30 days time.
Uh-huh.
So there's a couple different things I'm doing. I'm doing a drop shipping one. So the eBay and Amazon. So I'm starting with nothing from researching the product, all that kind of stuff. So it's very similar to what you're talking about. Mine's in a shorter period of time though. Mm-hmm. So I've just started that. It's been really cool. So
that's awesome.
A lawn service company, doing hip hop events. So just all kinds of different things.
Yeah.
Showing new businesses from 0 to 30 days old, and showing how much of a profit you can make if you do the right things in 30 days.
Wow.
So it's kind of similar to what you're saying, but a little bit different at the same time.
Yeah, you could like make that a whole series where like you're doing like this month is like this business and like that's probably what you're doing, but like
That's exactly what I'm doing.
That's like you can. I mean, to me like I can think of that as being like a TV show on like TV or something.
Yeah,
but like
The Profit or
exactly. But I mean, I actually love that idea. That's a really cool because like you have the experience and you know what it takes. Yeah. It's just like putting it into perspective.
And like you said, it's so easy to show some guy on a Facebook ad throwing $100 grand on his bed, but what did he do to get there?
Exactly, and like that's the thing that's missing. That's the thing that's missing in people. Like people think like when I first started social media, like, and I started watching these motivational videos, I was like, I'm gonna make a business. I'm gonna kill it. I'm gonna be friends with Elon Musk. I'm gonna have his fast cars and stuff. And then I started realizing like as I started having these like little small ideas and I started pursuing it and stuff, that like even though I haven't had like a legitimate business, like it's hard and that like it takes like so much time and effort and like you might not get a single sale for the first like 5 years, but then like that little thing, that one small thing happens and like you timed it well and you got a little bit of luck in you and then it just exploded, you know. So I mean that's like kind of why I want to learn a lot about business and stuff because I feel like so much of like society right now is just talking about like instant gratification and getting things really quickly and easily and like I'm just starting to realize that nothing good comes quickly and easily, right? Like nothing sustainable, nothing with value comes quickly and easily. So I mean that's what I'm just trying to learn so that I can move forward with this so that when I maybe do have a business in the future I can use all of that I'm learning at a young age and like make all these different mistakes now so I don't make them later and I learn from them and take that knowledge now so I put it later. So yeah, so what got you into like wanting to do business and stuff? Because was it like
my father owned a sign company, so he made signs for the cities where I live and stuff. Otherwise, my mom, had a retail job, stuff like that, so nothing crazy. And he lived a nice life, and nothing extravagant, nothing like that. He had his own business, and he was happy, which is great. So I don't know if that was the thing that got me into it. I don't know if it was my father or if it was just something that was just in me to begin with. But the first company I don't even know. You can't even call it a company. You can't even call it a business. It was I made these little. I don't know if you know. Do you know what Power Balance is?
I have not heard of that.
Okay, they were the. You were probably a lot younger, but I hate saying that because now it makes me sound old.
Yeah.
I'm older than you.
No, it's all good. It's all good.
There was these rubber bracelets that were supposedly
I do know what you're talking about.
Balance better. You're gonna be faster, stronger.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
So I made the exact same ones from the same manufacturer. They were called I'm Gullible. So basically, saying that they're not real. And my bracelets I wanted everyone to wear my bracelets to show that the other ones were bullshit.
That's so funny.
So I learned the process of, talking to manufacturers in China to how to make the bracelets and get everything I wanted. Basically, this huge learning opportunity where you had to stay up like 3 o'clock in the morning to like 7 o'clock in the morning because that's when China's awake.
Yeah.
So there's things you don't think of that just like put, huge stress on your day and just all this stuff. So I didn't know how to market. I didn't know anything. Yeah. So that was the first thing I ever started, and I would say I sold 5 if I'm lucky.
That's awesome.
No more than that. That was the life of that business.
Wow.
So that was the first thing. So that got me, it was just an idea that I could get excited about and that I could actually pursue. So that was the first thing. And then after that, I had all these other ideas. And I would say the first, and you'll go through this, I'm sure you already have gone through a few, I would say the first 10 to 12 were just a huge disaster.
Exactly.
Nothing worked. It was just, you just start realizing, wow, all my ideas suck.
Yeah.
Everything I can think of is just so bad.
Yeah.
Just awful ideas until you get that one that actually works and you figure it out. So it's, trying 100 times and the 101st one actually works. And it's true. That's kind of the process.
That's so funny because I actually had that when I was 13. I had this idea to like build a solar car, Okay, and I was like oh my god, I spent my entire summer, like all my friends like going to the beach and stuff. Like me and my friend, we live like right next to each other. Like we would go to each other's houses every single day, and we like start working with little like motors and little like solar things. And like if it was a bad day, we'd like sit inside and just like do nothing and stuff because there was no sun out. So like we did this every single day, and then like we even went like to, you know, the University of Florida, like UF. So we went there. We even like at 13, we went like we tried to find like a mentor that would like help us and like teach us about more about solar and how we could like take this further. He basically spent like we went there and stuff. My mom drove me, and we basically spent an entire hour talking about how a solar car will not work and how it's like completely impossible right now. And like we were just so down and stuff, but like it was funny how we reacted to it was interesting. Like instead of like, you know, being all down, like the next day we were like back and starting to make ideas and like starting to do all these crazy things. I mean, again, all of them failed, but it was just a fun experience to like go through like, you know, what it takes to like make a good idea and stuff. So it was just fun to like look back on this like as I mean like look back on them like they were like only 2 years ago.
Yeah, no, I hear you. I'm the same way, and I still have bad ideas that I try to execute and they just don't work. But the good thing now is I've learned that I know when to give up. I don't keep pursuing something that I know is not going to work just because I'm romantic. Oh, I love this idea, and oh, it's got to work because I came up with the idea. You just have to not be romantic about the thing you think you're passionate about because maybe no one really gives a shit, and that's the truth. People just don't want to buy your crappy idea.
Yeah, that's true.
So that's the hard part. But once you get over that hump, and because when you do have successful things, you realize, okay, if I have a bad idea, it's no big deal. I'll try the next one. But it takes a long time to get that first one to work, and that's a really hard part.
Like for example, like this is kind of what you were saying. With like cold calling clients, because like that's how I have to get clients for like the social media marketing thing. I called about like 75 to 100 businesses for like throughout these like couple weeks and stuff. Probably not that many, but I call these businesses. I did the exact same script every single time. I maybe got one meeting and it was with like an unqualified business, but it basically did not work, and I did not want to adapt to it. I did not want to change it because like I thought in my mind like this is how it's gonna be done. Like if no one has to, I was like I just gotta keep pushing myself. Like I'll get one eventually, and I realized at around like maybe 78th call that, you know, maybe the script is not the best for businesses, right? And then the funniest thing happened to me. This was like I think yesterday. I called a business with a completely another script. And then I got my first like real meeting with like a really cool, like a really good business, and that was the first time I ever changed my script, and it finally worked. So I mean, that's exactly what you're talking about. Like I was so romantic with that one script. Like I loved it so much that I never wanted to make another one. And it's just like market doesn't care about what you like; they care about what they like. So that's really good idea. That's a good advice because I really needed that now too. So, but. Did you think that you had like that salesman like entrepreneur thing? Like do you think that you were born with that, or do you think that was like you discovered it in yourself? Like do you think like were you like selling things at like 6 years old and stuff? Cause
I don't know. I mean, like I want to say that's just in me. I don't know if entrepreneur is like, you know, a trait that you're born with. Because, you know, jobs it's all made up. It's not a real thing. It's not a tangible thing. Like you could argue, you know, like it's the same kind of. I don't want to get into any politics or religion or anything, but I mean it's the same kind of thing. Like, are you born gay?
Yeah.
Are you know, who knows?
Exactly.
Are you born? Now the big question is, are you born a man or a woman? You know, and that's the whole thing. But I'm not going to get into that.
No, I get it. Yeah.
But yeah, it's the same sort of thing. So I don't know that you're born necessarily with that because number one, it's not real. Jobs aren't really real. It's something that humans made up. We just decided that we want to waste our whole life working. So I think for me, it just seemed like this was, if I have to waste my whole life working, this seems like the best option.
Yeah.
If I can do something that I actually like to do and get paid for it, that sounds like the best option to me. So I don't know that it's something I was born with. I think I'm lucky to have that mentality that it takes to be an entrepreneur, but I don't know that that I was born with it. I think just if you weigh all your options, okay, well, I can work at Target or I can build businesses. To me, the option's just so easy.
Yeah.
So I would rather not eat for 10 years and try to figure it out than to work at Target for 10 years and just get promoted. Oh, now I'm a store manager at Target. Well, I get paid really well, so I'll just do this for the rest of my life because I get good pay. I'd rather get paid half the amount and work double as hard just to enjoy myself.
Mm-hmm.
And it's worked out better for me than being a manager at Target.
Mm-hmm. So it's not.
Saying, but it definitely takes a lot more work. I always say, I'll work 80 hours a week to get paid 20 hours if it's something that I love to do.
Mm-hmm. So it's not so much like you were born with it, but like you just found what you really, really love, and like you just went all in.
Yeah. I just love business, and that's I feel like that's kind of a cop-out answer, but it's the truth. Anything related to business, I don't have a certain passion. Like I don't have a product that I'm like I made this with my own hands, and I just love it so much because I created it. I'm not passionate about any specific type of business. I don't care if it's technology. I don't care if it's a retail store. I don't care if it's making hammers. It doesn't matter to me. I just love the process of business. I don't necessarily care about the product. I don't care about the store itself. I just like the communication, and I like mainly the development on how everything comes together and interacting with people and sharing ideas. You don't really get that in a regular job environment.
So what I'm hearing is that you love like the process of what it takes to build up a business.
Yeah. I like spending tons of money to get shit on and realize it's a horrible idea, and then doing it again 20 times until it finally works.
Mm-hmm. But
I want you to shit on me as much as possible.
Yeah. But is that like one time, like, does that make it all worth it? Like.
Yeah, absolutely. When you get your first real sale, you forget about everything else. Everything else goes out the window. It's like it never happened.
That's it.
The last 5 years of trying to do all this hustling and all this work, it doesn't even matter anymore. Because we got this $20 sale. Yeah. And it makes everything so much better.
Because like, at least one person cares about it.
One person cares about me. Yeah, there's one guy.
Wow. So, and it's been, for me, it's just been kind of hard because, like, I have spent, like, my entire summer, like, trying to build up my brand and trying to, like build up this, like, business to at least something small, just so I can learn from it and stuff. And it's hard because I haven't, like, gotten that first sale yet, and, like through this process of calling all those businesses, like it's been getting really, like, after I called those businesses, I was getting really annoyed at myself because I was, I started doubting myself, I was like, what, like, exactly, should I really be, maybe I should go into another business, maybe I should try, website design, and I was like, if I already went through this, whole process of calling that, all these businesses, I might as well just, keep going and just wait for that one person to, say, okay, I'll give you, 5 minutes on a Sunday to pitch me or something like that, you know what I'm saying? So, I guess I just have to look forward to that one sale and just always love this process of failing and just, all up to this one point of just, complete return where it's finally, all that hard work was, so worth it,
Yeah. Well, one thing I would say is don't get caught up, because maybe you're not a social media professional. Maybe that's not you. So although you've spent all this time dealing with social media, maybe you have the last year or the last month or however long it's been that you've invested in it.
Yeah.
Don't get caught up in that, because maybe that's not what you should be doing. Maybe you're not good at it, and that's the truth. So I know, for me, to say that to you, I know it hasn't been long enough. You haven't nearly tried long enough.
Mm-hmm.
But it may come to a point where, I've been doing this for 2 years, and I've invested so much time, so I have to keep going. Maybe not. Maybe just stop and try something new for a little bit and see if it works out for you. Because at some point, something's got to work, and you can't keep doing the same thing over and over and over. Because it took me a while to find out what I was good at. So it could come down to maybe you're not good at it. But I'm not saying that yet. You're way too soon in the game.
Yeah.
So you don't even know yet. You need another 5,000 phone calls before you figure that out.
Yeah. Literally no one signs me. I'm like, maybe this is a bad idea.
Exactly. Or you need to change, just keep changing stuff until you figure out what works. Even when these people, when you cold call them and maybe they're like, oh, I'm not interested, ask them why. Okay. Try to find out what would make them be interested. Even if they don't buy from you, say, look, at this point, I gave you my pitch and it's not good enough, you don't buy in. What could I do to make you or the next person I call give me a different answer? So pitch it to them the next guy on my list is, I got to call Billy. What can I say to Billy to make him convert? Ask the guy before him, and then you never know. Maybe that'll turn into a sale, or he'll give you some good advice. Say, hey, your pitch when you said this, just was immediate turn off. Maybe if you could do this for this price, or something along those lines. Who knows what they'll say.
So you
always ask for feedback. Don't be afraid to ask for feedback and get a raw answer.
Yeah, it makes sense. Because I bet
don't let them hang up. Make them hang up on you. Don't let them say bye. Don't hang up first.
Yeah.
Make them hang up on you because they've said everything they could possibly.
Yeah.
Even if you hate them or they hate you and they're not interested, just keep them on the phone long enough to get some type of value out of them. Yeah. Because they'll give it to you. If you ask somebody if you piss somebody off and you ask them for an honest answer, believe me, they're going to give you an honest answer.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, I bet if in the first 20 calls I asked every single person what could have I done better, what made you not interested, stuff like that. I bet
instead of directing it towards them, direct it towards the next guy. Just say, hey, I'm about to make another phone call to somebody else. What's going to make them say yes? That way it doesn't feel like you're selling them anymore. Now you're just asking them for unbiased advice.
Okay. And then again, like you were saying, they might say oh, okay, maybe this guy is persistent or something. Maybe he really wants to.
Or maybe they'll give you something. They'll say, hey, if you could do this for $100 a month, and you could give me all this and guarantee me these results, and maybe in your head you're like, wow, I can do all that. Just say, yep, I can do that for you, and see what they say.
Yeah. Oh, that's really good. So it's a little bit off topic, but how do you think? Just because I know I'm just gonna skip right to it. Why do you what do you think making a difference means to you? Because I know this whole new generation. I mean, I could talk I don't have a whole list of questions. I don't have a whole list. I'm just coming from the top of my head because this new generation's all about making a difference and wanting to change the world and stuff. It's not about how much.
Make the world better, save the animals.
Yeah, exactly.
For kids, I get it. Yeah.
Yeah.
For me, I don't necessarily buy into all that. To me, I call it holistic bullshit.
Yeah.
And I don't really buy into it. I'm not against helping people. Don't get me wrong. But I don't really buy into the whole environmentally friendly. All the making a difference. I have to go to Africa to feed lions. Exactly. I don't buy into that. But to answer your question, making a difference, I would say, if you can just impact one person's life, whether it's daily, monthly, yearly, whatever it is, and actually selflessly do it, I think that's what making a difference is. You don't have to be like you were saying before. You don't have to be Elon Musk and now we no longer have to drill for oil because we have electric cars, and now we have these solar panel roof tiles, so we're saving on electricity. All this stuff. You don't have to do that. You don't have to make a ginormous impact to save millions of people or help anybody, whatever. If you can just do enough to support yourself, and while doing that, helping other people out. So even social media marketing, what you're doing. If there's a business who they could be doing great, they could be doing poorly, whatever it is, if they'll pay you to do your services, and your services result in them making more money, that's making a difference. And you're getting paid, they're getting paid, it's a win-win. So you don't have to go crazy and trying to figure out, how am I going to save the planet? You don't have to save everybody. If you can just save one guy, you're doing something right. And if you can get paid, you should get paid for doing something right. So if you can get paid to do it, if you can make more money, they make more money, maybe you're helping the company that's saving the planet. You're just behind the scenes. There's nothing wrong with that. So for me, even me right here, if you get any value out of this video, and if I get any value out of this video, we're both winning, and that's making a difference right there. It's not a huge impact. It's probably not going to change anything. I'll probably forget. I don't have a pen and paper. I'm going to forget all this in 10 minutes. But ultimately there's some sort of impact here, and for me that's important.
That's so true, because for me, I feel I don't know, I always thought that to make a difference you have to help everyone. If you don't leave a dent in this world, you're doing this world a disservice. I always thought that. And now you're saying that that makes a lot of sense, because you never know you may help one person, and then that person may help another person because you helped them, and then that one person may that because because you helped them, and then they helped another person, and that person made a difference. You made a difference because you helped that one person as well. Like, you never know.
It's a chain reaction.
Say that again?
It's a chain reaction.
Exactly. So, wow, that's...
I hate to cut you off, but I am 4 minutes past what I should be.
Oh, no problem. I think it's a perfect ending point.
Okay.
But I really, I'm really thinking about it now. So, thank you. So I'm really sorry about the first 2 times not getting to you. I really do. I'm really sorry for that. But I thank you so much for taking the time. You're not only helping me, you're helping all of the people that are going to be watching this too. So, thank you so much for your time, and just hopefully this won't be the last time we talk. And
we'll schedule something else. We'll see what this lands us. You know, if you want, you can email me this video, and I'll post something if I find some good talk that I like.
Yeah, definitely.
We'll see what happens, and if we have anything else to talk about, we'll schedule another meeting.
Definitely. Well, I will keep you updated with stuff, and if I maybe get my first client from what you talk about and stuff, I'll let you know.
Yeah, let me know what happens.
Yeah, maybe. Hopefully something happens soon. But
if you need any advice, feel free to send me a message, and I'll respond to it as best as I can.
Well, that means so much. Thank you so much, and I hope you have an amazing day.
You too, man. Take care.
All right, I'll see you later. Bye.